So today we'll be discussing about my first problem which I done in Analyst Builder, and the question is basically the titled as media addicts. So the problem is that we have to identify users who spend more time on social media than the average, and the basic goal of this problem is that we need to retrieve their first names and displaying them alphabetically, making it easy to reach out to those users. So in the first solution which I have, and the one which I also shared in LinkedIn, is basically using a CTE. And in this CTE what we are doing is that we are storing the average media time which we have in this case from the user time. And in the user time table which we are having the user ID and the media time minutes which we need. And following that we are selecting the user's first name from the user table. In the user table again we have the user ID and the first name of the users. Now using that user ID which we have in both the tables, we'll be performing a join on them. And following that we have another join which we can see, which is basically about the CTE which I have. Now the reason for using the uh, this join instead of simply using the particular CTE in the mice directly into the where clause is that since the basically the 1 equals 1 is a form of a cross join, and since the result of my average media time is most likely to contain only one single value, which is the average media time which I have, the the 1 equals 1 condition ensures that the average time value is basically accessible to every row of the query without the need for any specific matching of my columns which I have, and hence the particular reason for this second part of the join. And then we are directly just calling out in the where clause which we have the condition, which is that should be that the media time should be greater than the average time in this case, and then the ordering it by first name. That would be for my first solution which I have. Now for the second solution which I have is basically using a subquery. So the part in the join is same compare as the first one, and the change is basically in the where clause where I am directly mentioning the criteria which I have, and as well as in a subquery defining the average time in this case, and then finally ordering it by first name. Thank you.